Hello, this is Mr. Gray from the Care Center at Poly High School. This is the district lesson on school wellness and prevention. Today is mental wellness and suicide prevention. Definitely a difficult topic, but one that's super important that we go through together. And that's what we can do here at Poly High School is definitely work together because we're all struggling with this stuff at one level or another. So yes, it's difficult subject matter. All right. If you need support or someone to talk to, definitely drop into the care center at 701W, and the peer mentors are in the care center. We're ready to be there for you, just like the whole school. We're going to be there for each other. And another amazing person and resource on campus is Miss Galvez. And she is no longer up in the 100 building. She is not in 124. She is now in the library, on the side of the library. All right, here she is.
Hi, Poly students. My name is Miss Galvez. I'm your school social worker. I am part of the district's student wellness and behavioral health team. And I would like to introduce you to your student wellness center here, the Care Center Annex here at Poly. So come on in so I can show you around. The Annex has moved from room 124 to the periodicals room here in the library building. If for some reason Ms. Galvez is not here and you need to see someone or you need help, please seek out your trusted adult. That can be your school counselor. It can be Mr. Gray in room 701, Care Counseling Center. It can be a teacher you're comfortable with. It can be your nurse. It can be one of our CSAs. It can be one of our administrators. Just please find an adult to help you. I promise you that Poly is a community and everyone is here to help. So if, along your high school journey, you just need some help, support, you're going through something really difficult, please feel free to come in here anytime you like. And I hope I see you soon. Bye. And I just wanted to share a little bit about what is mental wellness, right? What does it mean to you? Mental wellness is about how we feel about ourselves and how we feel about the world around us. It affects how we think, how we behave, how we feel, how we handle stressful situations. Mental wellness affects how we interact with others, and it definitely affects how we make decisions for our lives.
Mental wellness and feelings. Anger, sadness, happiness, even some anxiety, those are a range of emotions that you might experience in a day. There's a difference between everyday feelings that we have versus overwhelming feelings. Everyday feelings, they come and go. Those are normal reactions to life experiences. If you feel anxiety before a test, if you feel happy because you aced your test, those feelings, they change and they don't last a very long time. Overwhelming feelings, those persist for long periods of time, and they might not necessarily be in response to a specific experience that's happening to you. Those might change also the way we behave and the way we function in our lives. Now, overwhelming feelings, those are the ones that are also referred to or might be called mental health problems, a mental illness, or a mental disorder.
No matter how difficult life seems right now, there are many things that we can do to start feeling better today. All right, so this is done with some understanding, a lot of encouragement, and actions that we can take both for ourselves and to help each other and our friends. So there's a lot of real reasons why why you may be feeling off, depressed, really down, wanting to hurt yourself. Those are real things that go on with families, personally, bullying, sexual harassment, relationships, family stuff. racism, sexism, anti-LGBTQ policies. And we want you to report anybody that's messing with you in terms of bullying, sexual harassment, racism, sexism, anti-LGBTQ. We need you to report that to us. And you can come to me in the care center or anyone else in terms of teachers and counselors and admin, right? But we think as we go through this stuff and it makes us feel the way it's making us feel, that we armor up our heart, and that's not gonna like help. We think it will, but it really doesn't, because it keeps out the good while not keeping out the bad. It just doesn't work. So what can I do? I can connect with others. Like, I wanna isolate, I wanna be off to myself. Do the opposite and be with your friends. It's okay. Next, check your sleep and your exercise. Make sure you're eating right. Those things play a big part in how we feel. Being of service to others, like lifting others up, helps me through difficult times. Doing my breath work, those like skills is super important for being able to regulate myself and be able to think clearly. How do you start your day? Starting it with gratitude is not fake positivity. It's like really important. Do you have a source of strength? What do you look at that's actually inspiring? I'm grateful for my source of strength. Mine happens to be spirituality. I'm not advocating for any particular religion. I'm just saying that when you have a source of strength to go to in difficult times, really helpful. Are you checking what you're watching on social media? What are you scrolling on? What are you paying attention to? That all this stuff has an impact on how we feel towards the negative when we're not taking care of business. But also it can, like, when we start doing it right, it can really, really uplift our mood. During this lesson, we talk a lot about like what symptoms are, what to look out for, how to kind of know when we're like having a challenge of depression, mental health challenges, and that's important. But what's equally important is, what can I do, like tangibly, like what can I actually do each day? And if you hit up this QR code, right, it'll link you to Minutes for Life. And these are life skills for a lifetime video lessons. They're super short, and they are like truly the foundations for life. And they're 4 basic foundational practices, like dealing with stress productively, catching your negativity, living in the power of gratitude, and taking care of your physical health. It doesn't take too much of your day to practice these things. And there's simple exercises to do in each of these lessons for you. And they're super short, super valuable. All right. So you hit the QR code, right? And it comes up. And once it comes up, click View PDF once it shows up. And then you can click on the links. So what can you do to get help for yourself or someone else, like a friend or a fellow classmate or a family member, or it's just someone that you notice going through it? So how can you help yourself, right? And really, how can you help others too? Tell a trusted adult what's going on. Surround yourself with people who are caring and know how to catch their negativity and are positive, just helpful type of people, right? Ask for help or advice from a friend or a peer, someone closer to your age, to figure out the problem you are facing. And consider counseling services or therapy, right? It's not like what you think. That stuff is helpful.
My question for Mr. Anderson is, what do I do when I have a friend that's suicidal and they keep rejecting my help?
Okay, that's a good question. So you want to know, what do I do if I have a friend that's suicidal but they reject my help? And I'm gonna tell you something, my answer is probably not popular, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you because I care about you and I care about your friend. So I'm gonna tell you right now, if you have a friend or a classmate that you're close to and they're having suicidal thoughts and they're really in a dark place and they're rejecting your help, you gotta tell somebody. I'm gonna be the first to tell you. you gotta tell somebody. If you really care about them, you've gotta tell somebody. You cannot keep that to yourself. Now, I know what that means, and I'm sure you know what that means. That means they're gonna be mad at me. They might not be my friend no more. You know what? You should love them so much that you're willing to say, I'm willing to go without you being my friend because I want you at least to be alive. Because I can't tell you how many young people kept a secret. They saw something, they saw the warning signs, but they didn't say anything because they were afraid that their friend would be upset with them and then their friend took their lives. So let me just tell you something. You are valuable. If you're watching this episode right now of Next Level Students and you thought about suicide and you thought about giving up, I'm telling you right now, you are valuable. This world needs you. All the pain, all the hard times you're going through, I know it hurts, but you cannot give up. There is more life for you to experience and live. And the world is sick. I know it. The world needs you. We need what you have to offer. You got to talk to somebody because you should not face this alone. I don't do life alone. I've got a ton of friends that I reach out to and speak to when I'm going through what I'm going through, and they help me get through it. And there are always people there. There are friends, there are counselors, there are teachers. There is somebody in your corner if you choose to see them. All right, so that's my advice to you. We need you, and you ain't going nowhere. You shall live and not die.
Who are our trusted adults at our school? Like, who's your person? And the truth is, like, the real truth is that there are people that care everywhere on our campus. So it could be your teachers. It could be the counselors in room 113. It could be campus security assistants. It could be custodians, our nurse, like classroom aides, our school psychologists that are in room 102. Secretaries are in offices all over the campus. Our cafeteria managers, our administrators that are in room 119 and 117. Miss Galvez in the Care Center Annex, her room has moved to the side of the library in the periodical room. And the Care Center in room 701W with me, Mr. Gray, our peer mentors, we just want to help. So who's your person? Like, figure it out, know who they are, and we got you. That's a fact. What if I don't feel comfortable sharing with a trusted adult? There's a program called Say Something. It's an anonymous reporting system that we have access to, that everyone has access to. And how does it work? The first step is you can submit an anonymous tip. You can call the tip line. It's 844-572-9669 or 1-844-5-SAY-NOW. There's a website, saysomething.net, and then there's a mobile app that you can get and use that. The second step is that all calls and tips are sent to their 24/7 crisis center that is multilingual, so it doesn't matter what your best language is for you. You can do all that, and they'll take care of you in whatever language is best for you. These are important resources. They're hotlines, they're services, they're lifelines, right? So let's go through them quickly. You can stop and start the video how you need to make sure everyone has the information. A lot of this, or some of this information, is on the Care Center card that your teacher has to pass out to you guys. So first one, the Mental Health Crisis Hotline, 988. It's confidential. You can call or text, and it will be answered by a mental health provider. Next is 911. If the situation is potentially life-threatening, get immediate emergency assistance by calling 911. It's available 24 hours a day, as is the 988. Next is the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, 1-800-273-8255 or 800-273-TALK, TALK. You can do an online chat if you want, and it's suicidepreventionlifeline.org. And it all goes to the nearest crisis center in their national network. The fourth item is SAMHSA. It's a treatment referral helpline. This has, they'll help with anything for real, but especially with substance use issues, situations, challenges, super valuable. But once again, they'll help with everything, but especially that kind of stuff. 877-726-4727. And this one is not a 24-hour. It's during the week, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. That's Eastern Standard Time. So it's really 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. our time. And then lastly is the National Institute of Mental Health. Super valuable resource center, 866-615-6464. You can speak to a person Monday through Friday from our time, 5:30 in the morning to 2 p.m. That's our time, Pacific time. Okay? Use these. And once again, they're on the little card. Many of them, not all of them, but many of them are on the little care center card that has Miss Galvez information and my information and the peer mentor information. So as we close on this topic, there are 5 steps that can save a life, and that's what they are over to the right. We can all choose to commit to look at 2 of them at least to take if you ever see someone struggling with their mental health. You can ask, are you thinking about harming or hurting yourself? That's an appropriate question, and people will respond to that. Keep them safe. Move them to a visible place near a trusted adult. Be there. Just stay there while waiting for that adult or making sure that they're safe. Listen carefully and acknowledge their feelings. Okay? And then 4th, you can help them connect. Do the 988 number. You can text it or call it. Super important. And then lastly, let's follow up with each other. Let's help each other out. Let's lift each other up and make sure that everyone feels that they have a person to stay connected with.